Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Beaumont Weekly. Today, we are on site with a good friend of mine who's building a lot of apartments. Little history tour.
Man, and then you see the foundations floating above.
This side thing here that looks like ancient ruins, that's going to become a house. This is a big bank vault.
Just because we want to always be 24-hour response times.
I love it when Stu gives us physics lessons. Right. If you don't know who we are, then we are property developers based up in the northeast of the UK, and we show what it's like to run a property development business, start to finish, warts and all, and we show what it's like to do that day to day. Put a vlog out every week, so subscribe, share this content if you like it, and we're here on Jimbo's site. He's a good friend of mine, developer, and he's building out a load of apartments there, an old mill building. Got some new builds going on here, so stay tuned, enjoy, subscribe. We are here in Mansfield, looking at this site. Here with some good friends. We've got Stuart Wife here from the Ground Up Network. We've got Jack Townsend. We've got Matthew Shivers, Sonny D. Robertson, and my good self. And we're looking at some of Jim's sites today. Jimbo, crossover property. If you don't know who he is, check him out. So he's got this one he's on with at the moment, under contract. And then he's got some bungalows he's done. He's done some nightclubs around here. It's a lovely little market town. It's nice to do some site days every now and then, meet some people, mostly just chat shop, walk around, and then feel good for yourself when you realise Jim's got loads of problems that I don't have, which makes me feel good. I've got loads of problems he doesn't have, that makes him feel good. It's like a therapy session. Call it site day, but really it's site therapy.
One thing I will say, has anyone seen Fireboard that bright?
Never seen that kind of pink plasterboard, no.
I haven't. I was questioning that.
Looks thin as well.
It is very thin, it's only 6
Yeah, they put 2 layers on it.
Why? Double the labour, isn't it?
No, we don't buy it.
Honestly, there's one that buzzes there.
No, it's not. It's thinner, that. Weird. So he's saying this is going to be a commercial shop. Once it's done, shelled it out. But issue, commercial shops at the moment, trying to rent them is just like, they can sit on the market for a year or two. Actually, Stu, how's your one doing?
18 apartments, that's gone to a nail bar, 20.5 grand.
Chinese nail bar sort of gig.
Yes, the deal we done that was she wanted an extra month because she's going to spend quite a lot doing quite a nice high-end bar there. But she's a new business, so to mitigate our risk, we actually said to her, well, we were asking for 6 months rent deposit. We said, well, we'll give you 4 months rent free. You give us an extra month's rent deposit.
Yeah.
And after 3 years of paying your rent on time every quarter, I think, or every month, can't remember, agreed, then we'll give her 3 months back after 3 years.
Yeah.
So we've sort of increased the rent deposit because they're only a new business. If they're not going to survive 3 years, then they've usually got 7 months rent deposit.
Bit of coverage, yeah. How long do you reckon this will sit?
9 months. We've had a couple of offers. Like, this is our old bank vault.
Do you get rid of this or?
No, we're going to
Leave it in.
I don't know what else to do with it.
Fair. This is a big bank vault. Like a scene from The Heist. Cool.
You boys ain't before.
See you later, boys. So yeah, there's a lot of noise upstairs, so you might not hear a lot of what's going on, but Jim's given us a lowdown on the project as best he can. But yeah, we'll try and capture as much as we can on this site. It's just bloody loud. Is this all your plant, yeah? Is this where it's coming in? Little history tour. Woo!
No, this is the foundation. This is not this side. This is your outside skip. This is porous. Water one down this brickwork, one into the channels, and then into a sump pump and out. It's an old school basement. The new ones now, this gets built to here, but then you have to put the policy.
Mad, and then you see the foundations floating above. There you go, a bit of urbex, bit of urban exploring today. So this is site welfare. They've boarded off this area, all health and safety, all your signage, your rams are up. You got all your goggles and hi-hats and stuff like that. And then in here will be basically like a canteen. You have to have cold storage, you have to have hot water, kettle, microwave. So this is like a bake room. And then he's done well with his storage because he's storing some key plant and tools down here as well. So it's just making the most of the space, but it's a big commercial unit down there, which could give a lot of value to the building, but these days the commercial market, particularly for retail, is just savage. And there's so many vacant shops around here already, but you can't turn the downstairs into resi, because planning won't let you.
Did you have a similar thing on your bank when you had like these massive reinforced?
That's huge.
Doors to come out? Well, when you can see there, you've got the little rebars and the top right screen. You've got all these mega ones that are pre-tenside to either side, so construction engineers are faffing about how we're going to get these out.
So you can see all that rebar that was in this concrete, he's had to chew all this out so he can get a staircase in there. And then they've got this like, these kind of tensile rebars that run through and sort of brace the walls. And they're a beast as well to cut out. And the engineer apparently has said you don't need to do anything else. You don't need to add like another brace at surface level. You can just leave it, but it's a big hole for a staircase. Maybe overkill. Be a nice little unit this though. Little duplex, downstairs bedroom, bathroom, kitchen up here with the dual aspect windows, which is always nice. You're getting light in at all times of day. I love conversions. You can just see what it was, where the opportunity is, how you can do all this and that. But there's definitely an interesting, like that's a ball ache to deal with that. just like the labour of cutting out these floors. Obviously the noise you've been hearing is them cutting out the other floors that are also reinforced concrete with all the rebar in them, and they're just a chew to get out. Here on the roof, just looking at some bits and bobs, just checking some of the roof down here. That flat roof, felt roof, looks all right to be fair, but it's a bit mossy. It needs a sweep up, but it's not in the contract. But this roof looks all right as well. Nice little view of Mansfield, lovely. Yeah, cool site, good to see. Just went in some of the units downstairs. You see all the pop-ups here for all the Durgos. Yeah, good site. Go on, Jimbo. I'm guessing he's like 50% of the way through this one, probably on programme. And he's done a nightclub literally just opposite the street. Jack here's just done literally that building there. You can see the roof of, which I've done behind that. Lovely old pub building. So yeah, good to see activity.
A good session with Richard. Talking about quite a few different things there. So we've got some issues with basically all of our sites are in group chats, all the lads on site and with the girls in the office helping to support with procurement and other things like that, like what materials they might need. Everything's a little bit too ad hoc still. So we're trying to find a better system to clean that up, figuring out the best way to stop that constant inbound of demands and requests and asking for stuff and information and materials, and because it's just too much comms. So a little bit of work to do there. Comms with clients as well. We've done a bit of brushing up on that over the last few weeks, just because we want to always be 24-hour response times. We should always be, if clients have asked for something or need some pertinent information, we should at least be responding within 24 hours with a holding email or following up with the information. So we've now set up a better system for that as well, which is good. And ultimately, we're just trying to set clients' expectations on comms, because I think at the moment we're treated a little bit like a chat forum and a tourist company. We've got lots of clients coming up to visit sites. One site, we have a client that's come and visited 3 times in 6 weeks, and sometimes without telling us, and it's like, we can't do that. It's an active building site that we're ensuring, like we can't have someone just walk on site, even if they are the beneficial owner. That is our site when we're in construction, which is something not known, I think, to people who aren't in the industry. If we are contracted on a site under a JCT, and that is our site that we're looking after, and we're developing that site for you, even if you own it, you can't just waltz on site. Because if something happens to you on site, well, then we become liable under health and safety. So we're trying to stop that and just create a better process for that. So I'm going to film a video next week, like an onboarding video to our construction business, so that when our clients are passed through that process out of conveyancing and out of the acquisitions team, then into on-site delivery, we have a clean format there, explaining to you the process and the kind of house rules we set out to manage these sites, which is in your best interest. We can't deal with comms every day asking for all kinds of bits of information. We're just not set up to do that. Neither is any contractor set up to do that. So we want to make sure that's clear from outset. You'll be updated at those key milestones, at which point feel free to come back with any questions. But sometimes we just get random questions throughout the week and requests to do bits, and we're like, look, that's not who we are, it's not what we do. It's turnkey, hands off.
Next site, big one, big old mill building. And he's got some new build houses going on, bits and bobs like that. Have a look in his site office. Here's the CGIs. So we've got the main mill building, turning that into apartments. House on the side here. 2 new build houses here. Parking, and then garages that he's going to rent out as well. Looking lovely. There's his site manager in here as well. Cracking on, getting shit done. Be about a year's delivery this for Jimbo. Doing very well. There's Matthew looking like a builder. Looking more like a QS actually. He's got that Ponzi look about him, doesn't he? Soft hands. They've built up this retaining wall there. They've got their package for the new build elements, so all the superstructure, bricks, joinery, all of that stuff. Most of his bricks here already. Cinder blocks up to DPC, so that's ready just to fly up. That should start flying up in the next few weeks. This side thing here that looks like ancient ruins, that's going to become a house. And they've just focused on closing out the apartments in the main building first. Got all of his windows from Lithuania or something. Got a dirty deal on them. Done well. I think they're mostly closed out inside, so we'll have a good look. See how he's getting on. They're all just apartments, right?
All apartments, yeah. Well, there's a couple of duplexes, but they're mostly all just apartments.
2 full days, 120 windows.
Yeah, mate.
Mate, that's insane how you've got that. That's so cheap.
There was a lot of research, flew over there, visited the factory, negotiated, everything else.
Bit of a boring question. This is all solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are you?
It's 3 bricks solid, mate.
That's like Northgate, that.
Yeah.
Of course, that's a ball ache on ventilation and stuff. Have you got like a ventilation strategy and shit for damp and all that sort of stuff?
No. We've got an insulation strategy. So we're coming off the walls like this. They put a rock wall here and then board on top.
We did this system, but what ended up happening is quite a few cold spots of the building. Yeah. They just started, damp just kept coming through the plaster. Right, we couldn't suss it, so we just put like little breathable things into the plasterboard so that the wall could just breathe out.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Like a little vent just in the
plasterboard. And it was only in locations where, to be fair, with Northgate, it's half of it's like sub-ground level. So where there's a lot of soil packed up, it just meant moisture kept like coming through the walls.
Yeah.
and we couldn't sort it out.
What's the detail? You're going to vapor barrier this?
Yeah.
So vapor barrier this round this,
Yeah,
insulate
insulate
it,
and then board.
and then board. So you've got complete separation.
Yeah, we didn't do the vapor barrier, so fair. That's probably what we went wrong.
So this is going to be like a whole new apartment.
The one bed, is it?
You've got a bit of room in here. We can't go there in a minute, just health and safety floors. This is another resident storage.
Just another flat.
Which is another flat, perfect.
Sick.
So we've left it all like this in storage while we're waiting. All these columns, we've left these in immediately.
Saw pipe, facility, that stuff.
Saw parts are all in, facility connections haven't happened yet, but everything's in ready for them to happen, going down.
This is a new floor you put in?
Yeah, whole new free floor installation,
So what have
DPM.
you done with the rising down but the steel posts then? Have you jacked the bottom of them?
Yeah, you see the wrapping on them there.
Oh, okay, yeah. To stop the creep.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to keep these in for conservation reasons, or just
no,
wanted the
no,
feature?
Yeah, we just left them in, yeah, feature. Because if you take them all out, you ain't got structure.
You got to
issues.
counterbalance it, yeah.
All our cables were in fibre.
Just plant.
Yeah, plant room, yeah. So this was actually right, and I'm planning, this is another bike store.
Oh, is it?
We had both of those as bike stores.
You need that provision at the start, don't you?
I said to the guys, we aren't doing another bike, so we don't need it.
Yeah.
Like planning, yes, it's on the drawing, but for all utilities,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
need it.
Is that the
They don't get
email?
used. Plant room going in there. A lot of cableage going on. Is all your water coming in here as well, yeah?
Yes, mate, yeah, probably.
Is that where it's popping up then there?
Left, yeah, left, right, left, yeah. That's it.
The manifold on the wall there then? Oh, it's a big plant room.
Yeah, mate, it is. But like, you think that we've got to have 19 supplies in here ready, so it's a decent amount. The idea is from there, they're putting all the power in, taking out all the trench here to trench it into there, getting a way loose sign and everything else. But
Do you have to pay anything to Taylor before that?
no, we got the vendor to pay for it when we brought it.
Smart. Ransom strips. So access to this site was a little bit fiddly because they had to create separate access through an old estate, but Taylor Wimpey that built that estate kept a ransom strip and then he had to deal with it, but he clocked it before he bought it, so he got the vendor for this site to buy out the ransom strip and get an access agreement so he could get access to the apartments. Smart move, otherwise he could be ransomed for like 50 grand later when he's 200 odd grand into a purchase. I don't know what he's bought it for, so don't quote me on that.
One more.
So here we are. This is the most sort of finished apartment right now. So whitewashed throughout. We've got all the joinery on, got all the electrics in. You see bathroom position here. So there's an ensuite for this bedroom. 2-bedder this. Really nice spaces. And what I love about Jimbo and what he's done is he's retained these old features throughout. So much so that he's even done it in the cupboard, which is a bit of a chew because you've got to work around that as a plasterer and getting everything in and boxing it in and stuff like that. So, but it's a nice thing about conversions. You can keep some of the old character, and I think he's exposed some of the beams upstairs. So have a look at those. Kitchen's going in now here. He did say some of them are a little bit awkward, like this one might be a little bit awkward. No handle on that, but that will just miss this pillar. But it is a nice feature, you know, it's quite cool. Paint them up black, looks smart. Kitchen diner. These days, people don't need a diner and a lounge and a kitchen in apartments, and you just can't stack the economics of it to do so. So instead, kitchen diner, generally modern living, isn't it? Which is mostly because of costs. And then this way, got a nice big shared bathroom. This is a generous size as well. Decent sized bathroom. And then he's got 2 more units there. Building split into 2 big sections.
If it's a blended valve, it's got X amount of hot going and
Science
X amount
class.
of cold.
Yeah.
That gives you a temperature.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then if you put more hot water through the cold, you're actually increasing the temperature if you don't change the valve. If it's a valve that's fixed, you know, you can put X amount of cold water and X amount of hot water. Well, the cold water is not going to keep the blend at the temperature because you've got hot water being mixed with warm water, which means the temperature's going to get hot.
I love it when Stu gives us physics lessons.
Right. Tell me that makes what I want. Yeah.
Look at this piece of kit he's just told us about to increase EPCs in your apartments. So what happens, your water comes in off here, goes into your drain, this sits below your shower tray, and then that water's already hot, and that's coming in, recycling with the cold water coming in, and then you're getting more hot water for less energy. A delta of about 16%. So it's 16 degrees, so you get 16 degrees of recycled heat in your water. Very good, and it increases your EPC. Oh, it's the yard bit, innit?
Yeah. Cold yard.
That's not actually getting a roof over it, is it? Right, yeah.
So when we got this, there was a huge boiler in that corner, which obviously went up to the chimney.
It looks sick, mate. You had a little fire pit in there. But I guess you capped it all off. So it's been a good day going around with Jim. I love seeing his stuff, what he's on with. Known Jim for a good few years now. Stuart's here as well. Love Stuart, part of the Ground Up podcast. Make sure you go subscribe to the Ground Up podcast. And if you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe to this channel. Share it with someone who you think may like it. Big love. See you in the next one.